Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all feeling rather energised after today's proceedings and no doubt a very good lunch. We've got the wonderful job of wrapping up with our remarks, and my colleagues and I have a very fluid approach, if I may, using my DFAT hat, to how we're going to approach this afternoon. We just wanted to take the opportunity to obviously thank ANZSOG for this amazing opportunity. So many of us have come from the four corners of this country and of course across the ocean from New Zealand. It is the second time that ANZSOG has run a conference with a specific Indigenous theme, and I'm sure we all will commend ANZSOG for their wonderful initiative. So my remarks are really around the common themes that I have seen in the last couple of days, and I also want to give credit to my DFAT team who have been my army out there informing me of the different sessions that they've been at. Just a couple of the themes that I have acknowledged. Firstly is that we as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and certainly Indigenous people, have a specific role in presenting the alternative view to the way the public service operates. If I can borrow a couple of words from my colleagues in the Australian Federal Police, but don't tell them, this is what we do. We detect and disrupt. So each of us has detected issues in our various organisations and the various issues that we deal with, and then we have to disrupt the system in a good way so that we can find a solid avenue to move forward for the betterment of our people and our communities. Secondly, I want to draw on the theme of leadership. I think that came through in a number of sessions, whether that be good styles of leadership from different organisations or different communities, and we certainly saw that last night in the Excellence Awards. And the key out of those two winners was obviously the engagement and connectedness with Indigenous communities. I think we cannot underestimate nor undervalue the importance of engagement and connectedness with our communities, and bear in mind that they are our public. Policy work is complex. There is no one size that fits all, and through some of the discussions with others over the last couple of days, and it is my bias, I declare it, I advocate for remote and rural communities. Access to services for us is very difficult. There are separate sets of challenges, and we are not like the rest of Australia in urban centres. And so it is complex and challenging to navigate a positive outcome under that remit. But it is doable and it can be done. The other aspect, of course, is culture is core to everything that we do. I sat through a wonderful session just now, the arts and culture discussion. And it does not surprise me. I mean, we've been in this game a very long time. The cultural framework, the protocols, the engagement, the way that we interact with one another, with our environment, land, sea, you name it, sky, all of the above, helps us form better understanding of each other and the way that we have to carry out our work. How do we tell the narrative? And whose story are you telling? I think that was another key that came out of that discussion. If I take the time to listen to others, then I think we will be able to share problems equally. I think that came out of a couple of sessions I went to yesterday. Being able to listen actively and take away good messages from the clients or the communities that we're dealing with. And finally, if I can just add a couple of closing notes, coming back to my original discussion yesterday about connecting, engaging and empowering our people. How will you add value? Well, I hope that after today, ANZSOG will provide us with tangible outcomes. That's on the one hand. They had the first conference in 2017 and I commend them for their efforts. But where to from here? At an individual level, I put it to all of you, how will you add value to the public policy debate on Indigenous affairs? What will you do differently when you go home? So from here, I think at the end of the day, it is important to have these types of discussions, to be tested, to be challenged, and to think differently. We must all, from time to time, take that energy to reflect and hear what others have to say. But like most things, you listen with purpose. And what will you do with that, I think, is the next key step. We're all here because we all believe in the one thing, and that is passion. Passion for our communities, passion for Indigenous affairs, and passion for a better tomorrow. I hope each and every one of us will go away from here with something in our hearts that will make us change and look at things differently. And finally, just to wrap up, I would also like to thank my colleagues on this platform. Both Craig and Michelle have been wonderful, and all the presenters over the last couple of days. They've really challenged our thinking. And there are many other opportunities out there, such as the Churchill Trust, and I encourage each and every one of you to take up those opportunities, because when an opportunity presents itself, seize it. Thank you.